William Raymond Bateman, born in the city of Orange. What was the second question? I was 17 in 68. I was 18 in 69, so I had to sign up for the draft and get my ass inducted in the U.S. Army for Vietnam. But I was a union musician, and I guess that didn't mean anything to my mind at the time because I was being drafted, but I kept getting these calls to go on gigs. And in January of 70, the Rolling Stones movie Gimme Shelter opened in Westwood, and I went there and I got in an accident on the freeway with my buddies. It was a 20-car pile-up, you know, and my doctor, who was retired Air Force, didn't want to see me go to Vietnam, said, "Billy, you got whiplash, but I can cure it." So he wrote me a get-out-of-jail-free card for 6 months. They call it a 1Y status. 6-month deferment to get well. So I had till the summer, right? In the interim, I'd gotten another job playing drums with Edwin Starr. Phil and I in 78 were playing with James Harmon Band. We split off, right? Because I play guitar too, so we had me playing guitar and drums at the same time, Phil playing guitar and harmonica. We had the Phil and Bill show, and we got a lot of gigs. Phil Alvin could play harmonica as well as he could breathe or eat. And at that same point, David became a man and could go to bars and drink. We had a gig at, I can't remember the name of the bar because it's changed so many times. It's in North Long Beach, right on 710 North, on the east side, in this parking lot. The Hessian Motorcycle Club frequented the place, right? And they were there this Sunday, and it was really a big party, and there was a lot of things going on in the bar, you know. The motorcycles going around, fighting with the pool cues, fist fighting, actual raping going on pool tables. All this stuff's going on. Dave Alvin is going to come up and sit in with the band for the first time ever, right? Phil's little brother. So I noticed everybody in the bar kind of stopped what they were doing and they looked at the stage because those two heads were up there then. Dave and Phil. You know, I've never seen that either. I was looking at it, it's kind of freaky, okay? You know, I didn't look at them, I just watched the crowd. All that mayhem that was going on just stopped. Everybody watched the Freaks, the Alvin brothers, and loved it, and then right back to raping and fighting and everything, spinning around their motorcycles, everything else. So I told Phil on the way home, "Hey, I'm putting your little brother in the band." The hell you are. But their mom liked the idea. We had a trio then, no bass player. And then I told Johnny he had to be the bass player now. He didn't want to do it. I made him do it in previous bands before the Blasters, you know. He did it. So now we need a name. So in March of 79, at my house, I lived it by myself in Downey. The Alvins came over with a bunch of records, old jazz records from the 20s, blaster syncopators, blues blasters, surfing blasters. There's a lot of blasters, but there wasn't just plain blasters, so we chose that name, right? Marie, I get so lonely in these farmlands. Please come with me to the bright lights downtown Marie. I don't know who actually knows who played Hell's Bar, because I have personal questions. Like, did the Gigolos play? I think the Go-Go's played there. I think Plimsolls might have been at the Plimsolls thing. Circle Jerks played. I missed that one. I don't know if Black Flag played or Fear or anything, but I remember going there as a planned excursion with the gang I had at the house on Oakwood, Mansfield with Dave Alvin. It was like a bunch of us going down to see Frank Frost, a Louisiana blues man. What a night that was. Like, they were ready to tear the place down. Dave Alvin barely remembers, but we played, right? It was a blaster show in the Slash era. Do I remember any of it? Hell no. It was, out of control, right? I played with Top Jimmy. I saw Top Jimmy. I played with Billy Zoom band there, Flesh Eaters, and that was in 81. Mario Melendez worked the door, and he ended up opening up the King at 6th and La Brea. which became famous, but he was Al's bar guy. Another one would be Big Daddy Carlos, who owns 3 bars in Vegas. He was an Al's bar doorman, big guy. Seems like everything came out of that bar was exceptionally artistic or famous, successful, something. Something in the world of entertainment, movies, music, whatever, art, right? When I played there, I got there early every time, so there was never anybody in there when I got there. And it sang the whole night. I do remember the image of that bar. Just that one bar with the stools in front of it and whatever behind it. Most of the action was outside the bar. I remember it was dangerous outside, and there was always guys wanting to clean your windows or help you park your car or I'll hold your keys, or like there was scamming going on everywhere. It was kind of rougher than it is now, a little rougher. I had a band with Don. X-Scene instigated it in 1980 at the Cathay Grand and advertised it. And it was just Don and I, 2 drummers, no music, just drums. And I had written out a plan, like we go from that to this, to this, I wrote it all out. And it lasted more than 45 minutes. It was a big success, and we did it a bunch more. And then Densmore wanted to join. So I showed him the program, and he learned it. And now there's 3 of us doing it. And we had a show at the Lhasa Club, 2 shows, 2 sold-out shows, right? And they were really sold out. And it was kind of a gas, and I'd start the thing. No music at all, except for call-outs and crying and screaming and stuff. The whole thing was over. Promoter came up and gave me a big wad of cash, So I went over to John and I started peeling off, his third. He goes, "Put that cabbage away. Do you know how much money I make?" "That's for you and Don." So I went over to Don and I goes, "Well, here, Don, here's $4,800, cut it in half." He goes, "Well, we got to do this again." That was the last time. One day in the afternoon at my house, Dave Alvin and I lived together in '82. Johnny Doe was over because he's over all the time. They were talking about this band that they're thinking about making. I was there with them. And I kept thinking, well, when are they going to say, "And you're playing drums"? They never said that. So I watched it evolve, and it became the Knitters, right before my eyes. And they started playing gigs. They were good right from the get-go. When they played, it combined the rowdiness of punk and abandonment, of life of art, and the professionalism that Frank Sinatra would appreciate it all at the same time, with jokes and sight gags and everything else. Nothing like that band. They played Al's Bar. I was along for the ride. I'm not a knitter. Bonebrake's a knitter. I was just an observer, somebody in the audience, somebody that rode down with the band, somebody that stole all the band's beer. It's a family. I'm in family. And that's the way it's been to this day. Sometimes I'm the limit on the money. Sometimes I'm the limit on the... Phil Alvin still... He's an old man, but he's still ready to die, trying to sing it out, I'm ready to die. It's easier now, though. That's the problem. If you charge straight forward like I used to, I'd die quick. Or I'd just fall on the floor and have to be revived. That's probably what had happened. You get those things now that tell you, all right, slow down, pard, or die trying. Good.